We are live, real time with Carl Toti, who is out there. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you today on Super Tuesday, right? Hope you guys are having a great day. Hope your week's off to a great week. And wow, what an opportunity we have to once again let our voice be heard in the voting booth, right? Hopefully, all of you out there understand the importance of voting. But today's a special day because my youngest son, Jonathan, he turns 21 today. And I can remember my wife and I in the hospital room 21 years ago today. The second blessing in our life was our second child being born. And it's hard to believe that 21 years goes by so quickly. Some of you out there are just 21, just getting started in life. Some of you are parents yourselves. It's just such a blessing. God just blesses our life with so many wonderful things. But it's good morning. Good morning to all of you. Great to have you here. Hey, we don't have much time today, but today is Super Tuesday, and I want to talk to you about running your race. You see, there are a lot of politicians that are running their race, and they're running a race against their competitors, their opponents, wanting to get elected. And there are a lot of politicians out there that are clamoring for your vote. And yes, voting is important. Jesus said, render to Caesar what's Caesar's, but render to God what's God's. So God comes first in our life. But as Christians, hey, we owe something to Caesar. We owe something to our government. We pay taxes. We in America are blessed because we have the opportunity to choose and elect our leaders. And so it's important for all of you, all of us as Christians to get out there and to vote our godly values. Adam and Eve were probably the world's first politicians because they ate of the apple and then they immediately covered it up. Did you get that? They ate of the forbidden fruit and then they covered it up. So that made them, I guess, the first politicians. But hey, all kidding aside, elections have huge consequences, okay? Huge consequences. And so we need to make sure that we do our part to let our voice be heard. Let me quote from Plato, okay? This is from a long time ago. He said, one of the penalties for refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. You see, there are consequences to not getting involved in politics, and who likes politics and who likes to talk about political issues? But really, more than political issues, there are moral, spiritual issues that are at stake in every election. So get out there. If you haven't voted, vote, register to vote. It's so important. And vote your godly values. There are no perfect candidates, but there are candidates out there that share the same values that we as Christians share, such as for life, the sanctity of life, the sacredness of marriage, religious freedoms. These are the important issues that we can let our voice be heard. But I want to talk to you about your race. You see, you have a race to run. We all have a race to run. And just like this fall, someone, either Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, Ted Cruz, or Marco Rubio, these are the top runners right now, is going to win the presidency. See, they're running to win their race. Well, we are in a race. You are in a race. And the Apostle Paul said in 1 Corinthians 9:24, he said, do you remember how on a racing track every competitor runs, but only one wins the prize? Well, he went on to say, you ought to run with your minds fixed on winning the prize. So you're in your race, the race that you're running, the race that I'm running, we got to be on the track, and we got to look to the finish line, and we have to run with intention. We have to run to win the prize. So let me ask you something. What race are you running? Well, all of us have a race to run for Christ, carrying the torch of the message of Christ to our generation, and we're to run. And we're to run in such a way that we want to win. Paul said, run to win. So you know what the Apostle Paul preached on? He preached on a theology of winning. And I hope today that I can just challenge you and myself, all of us. Do you have a theology of winning? Do you see that it's God's destiny and God's plan for you to win? He wants you to win in your faith. He wants you to win in your profession. He wants you to win in your marriage or your marriage to be. He wants you to win in your relationships. God wants you to win in your finances. He wants you to win in every area of your life. But we know life's not always about winning, is it? Sometimes we run with all of our heart and we come up short. We run the race to win, but we may not always win, but we run with intention to win. And I just want to encourage you. I want to be the wind in your back today, that you're in a race, you have your race, and your race is important to cross that finish line. The Apostle Paul said that he fought the good fight, he kept the faith, he finished his race. And so we all have a race, and we need to keep running, and we need to run to win the prize. So what's the prize for you? When it comes to your life, what's the prize? Getting your degree? What's the prize? Name it. Declare it. What's the prize? Becoming the top salesperson for this month, for this quarter, for this year. What does winning look like to you? Winning in your business, winning in your marriage. What does it mean to win in your marriage? Or if you're not married yet, one day you want to be married. What does it mean to win in your marriage? It means you have intimacy, you have compassion, you have love, and you have harmony, and you have unity, and you have a connection of sharing with one another. Winning in marriage means that you're serving one another. Winning in marriage means that you stay in love, right? So Paul preached a theology of winning. You know, Paul was kind of an athletic fanatic because he talked about boxing, he talked about wrestling, he talked about running a race, but more importantly, he talked about winning. And one of the most important ways that you and I can win, and the writer of Hebrews says this, if we'll look unto Jesus, who's the author and the finisher of our faith. So Paul preached the theology of winning. He made no apology for wanting to win. Win the right way, win with integrity, win without cheating. But God wants you to win. He wants you to win. So what race are you running? The race you're in, you must identify the prize, and then you must run to win that prize. I hope all of us, when it comes to our faith, we're fierce competitors, and we're running to win, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, and we're looking to the prize that God has for us, which ultimately the prize is to be in heaven, to see Jesus, right, and to receive a crown. But until we get there, until we finish that spiritual race, you've got a race today. You're racing against the clock, right, to get some deadlines done. You're racing against your competitors, to keep your competitive edge. So I just want you to know that if you'll do it with integrity and you'll run your race with integrity, looking into Jesus, God wants you to win, and He wants you and I to have a winning attitude. Hey, this has been a blessing to be with you once again, live, real time with Carl Toti on Periscope. Hope you guys go out, win today, vote today, and have an awesome, incredible, blessed day. Till next time, appreciate, love you all. Take care, you're God's best.